Hello again, Jesse Morgan here. Today I'll be doing the fourth and final slam and brutal death metal video for my CD collection series. I got some new CDs in today from CDN Records. They are part of the Underground series by Morbid Generation Records, and here's the first one I got right here. This one is Cremation of Burial. And it is the first one in the line of the Underground series. Very stoked about getting this. It's their 3-track demo, or EP, whatever. Pretty good stuff. Just from taking a quick look at the guys and some of the names of the songs, it's probably from either Brazil or one of the Philippines or something like that, countries down there. But regardless of where they come from, they're really, really good. You know, it is only 3 songs, but you get pretty decent slams and musicianship throughout. My favorite track off of this one is called Masturbation. Kind of had a joke earlier with the wife that I thought it'd be funnier if they just called it jacking off. But then I guess masturbation could also include females pleasuring themselves, whereas jacking off kind of just sounds like a dude. Yeah, anyways. Besides all that, really cool cover. Looking forward to hearing more from these dudes. And check them out if you haven't already. It's good stuff. And the second one I got is Gore Instinct's Invasion of the Body Slammer EP. I'm going to assume it's an EP because it's only 6 songs. But yeah, this is also really, really good. Good slams, good tunes, and it's number 3 of the Underground series. I'll open this up and show you. That's what all the Underground series look like. Just kind of a silver disc with the logo and Morbid Records. And Rebirth the Metals logo, and then the series number. Pretty good stuff. It's got 6 songs, like I said. Favorite one off of this is either the titled Invasion of the Body Slammer song or Rancid Cadaveric Fluids. Pretty sweet. And the album artwork, EP artwork, whatever, is pretty cool. It's got slam written on blood on the bone saw there. But yeah, so that's those 2. I have quite a few more to get. I only have 4 CDs of the 10 of the Underground series from Morbid Generation Records. So slowly but surely get those. One of them being a 2013 promo by Disfigurement of Flesh. I don't know, I probably won't be able to get my hands on that. It's probably pretty rare. Anyways, continuing on, this is P to Z of my brutal death metal and slam collection. Right here, continuing right along, is Pathological Sadism with their Human Centipede EP. And no, I don't really think it has anything to do with the film. They've actually literally got a human centipede bug looking mixed creature here, which is actually pretty cool. A couple of my favorite songs is the self-titled Human Centipede song, and Necrophilia is good. It's the second song. Night of Slaughtering with Extreme Disgust is pretty good, and I can't wait to see what else these guys come up with. I was actually looking for this one for a while, and I'm kind of glad to have it. I got it for a decent price off of eBay. It's always good to have a PayPal account so you can buy things online, because sometimes you really can't find stuff locally, and your local used CD store or HMV or whatever, you know, big industry music place that you go to normally doesn't have any of this underground stuff. Next up, we've got Pathology's second album, Incisions of Perverse Debauchery. Very, very nice. I got this one off of Josh Aborning. Did a trade with him, and he sent me this lovely, lovely CD. It's pretty good. This is the layout cover on the inside. Got that zombie surgeon dude. It's got that poor guy being gutted. And it's also got the band on the inside. Outlay here of the digipack. All in all, good stuff. Pretty good songs, about 9 of them. I can't really think of any specific song that I can really say is my favorite. They're all pretty darn good. And the other Pathology CD I have, this one's Awaken to the Suffering. Still got the stickery thing on the top there. I try to keep them as close to the original packaging as possible. And same with any stickers that come with it. I try to kind of put those in the inside booklet. This one doesn't have it, but I was just kind of saying. There's the band there, there's the CD. I need to collect the rest of their CDs. They're really good. Definitely up there when it comes to the brutal death metal and slam genre. Let's see. Ingestion of Creation. That's a good song. Prolonging the Suffering. That's pretty good. Humanity's Cesspool. That's also a really good song. Festering in Filth. Lots of good stuff on there, so if you like Pathology, definitely check that album out. Next up, this is kind of a rare one. I don't even know if these guys are still doing stuff. Maybe they are. This is Pencil-Lead Syringe, and the album is called Suffocated and Embalmed. For some reason, my Xbox has Suffocated and Embalmed as the name of the artist, and then Pencil-Lead Syringe as the album title. I don't know why it does that. I don't know where Xbox Live gets its information from, but that was wrong. Anyways, this says Chaotic Brutal Death from California, so that's pretty sweet. It's got a lot of pretty good songs on it. A lot of the songs kind of remind me of Goosebumps titles. I don't know if that's on purpose. Probably is. I don't know if you can see them on here or not, though. I'm trying to hold it steady. But yeah, pretty cool. Really brutal stuff. It's the inside for anyone who wants to see it. Apparently you can get some shirts. That'd be sweet. Pencil-Lead Syringe shirt would be sick. You can probably get some at danscrypt.com. That's cool. But yeah, check those guys out if you check them out if you haven't already. Moving on to this. This is really cool. I had to get this from Artem, who is in Europe. He sells CDs on the Slamming Brotherhood group. This is Postcoital Ulcerations, Continuation of Defective Existence After Multiple Ruinous Collapses album. Try saying that 10 times fast. Really good. This album is pretty much known for its bass work. A lot of people really, really like it. It doesn't have those like really deep MIDI bass drops, but it does have some really cool technical work, similar to Bleeded's Mustmadorshim album. Interstellar Genocide, it's pretty good. Blasphemous Breeding. Alien Pandemic Misanthropy, that's also good. Yeah, a lot of good stuff on this, and just basically a really solid friggin' album. Slamming Brutal Death Metal from Stavropol. I'm gonna just pretend I know where that is. Case is a little bit broken, but that's what the CD looks like. That's what the back of that looks like. It's got the 2 dudes from the band. Good stuff. Gonna have to bump that later on today, for sure. This I picked up at the Ontario Death Fest in Toronto. This is Putrid Piles' first album with Collection of Butchery. A lot of good songs on this one. Drenched in Gasoline, Bodies on Display, Collection of Butchery, Remnants of Insanity, Severed Head Memento, Held Captive for Torture, Dead in the Alleyway, Shit Body Painting. Gotta love it. know what I hate is when people get water damage on the booklets. As you can see, it's been affected by water damage, and it's just kind of like wrinkly and shit in there. I hate that. So I got this used, as you can tell, because I would keep mine in pristine condition. And if anyone spilled water or coffee or shit on my CDs, they'd be buying me a new one, because fuck that. But anyways, Putrid Pile, one-man band, really good. Check that out if you haven't already. And this, the cover art on this, like, it's not bad. It's good. It just amuses me because it kind of looks like what would happen if they made the Sims game into like this murderous horror kind of themed game. Just very animated looking characters and whatnot. Cool stuff though. Definitely check it out. This is our boys from Rectal Depravity over in Europe. This is their Pedo-Catholic Fornication EP. And I'll show you the inside of this. Very cool, very good layout. Love the logo. All the thanks and whatnot in there. My favorite song by these guys is Laying a Brown Egg in Her Twat and Hypergenitalistic Knockout. The rest of the songs are pretty good too, but those are my favorite. The thanks on here is really funny. It says, all laws are applicable and unauthorized duplication is a violation of them. Feel free to do it, but then we hope you die by a sledgehammer. You can also use the CD as a frisbee, a hat, or a cock ring, but do not eat it. Otherwise you may suffer from unexpected pregnancy. Not internal bleeding, but unexpected pregnancy, because these guys are very viral. Man, good stuff. We have about 90 copies of this left, maybe a little more. You should pick it up before someone else does, because once these guys get famous over in Europe, this is going to blow up, and once their first album releases, these things are going to become that thing you wish you picked up before they got big. So make sure you pick one up from us. It's 11 bucks Canadian plus shipping. So for any of you dudes in the US, that's probably $10.50, probably pretty cheap. You definitely want to get a copy of this before they get big and you don't have a chance to get a copy. Moving right along to this now. This is Spilling Entrails, the Slamosaurus X release. Sorry, Slamosaurus Rex, pardon me. Some people's X's could be a Slamosaurus, who knows. But yeah, this one's the one before their new one they just came out with. Darren from Slamophiliac did, I think, most of the guitaring and drum programming on this, so you'll probably hear a lot of his sound on there. This is what the inside looks like. These boys are also sponsored through CDN Records and released through there, so definitely pick up a copy. Todd Gore's on there from Brutal Gear, so you know you want a copy of this shit. There's a lot of really good songs in here, like the Slamosaurus Rex featuring Anthony Fiscusi. I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong, Anthony. It's got March of the Mapapus, Spinopus Mastication, Bludgeoned by the Ankylosaurus, I really like that one. Stegosaurus Slam Frenzy, Intestinal Telekinesis, Mutilated Serendipity, and then there's the Thoughts of the Survivor. As if you can survive that. Jesus. This is also one of those albums, releases that have those nice MIDI bass drops in it, so it'll blow your speakers up. Pretty sweet. This one I got randomly at Deja Vu in Ajax, so a couple towns over from my town here in Oshawa. This is the Unborn Dead's only album at the moment, Primitive Origins. They're slamming brutal death metal from Toronto, actually. I was surprised to see this there. It's pretty interesting artwork there. Oh, okay, now I see what's going on. That's an abortion. Shit. There's the CD. There's the inside of the booklet. A lot of good songs in here. Cult of the Cock being probably one of the best ones. Upward Crawl, One's Own Blood, Final Judgment, and Mosque Burner. Really cool. I'm glad I got this. For not a bad price either. I think it was like $9.99. Here's another one from the Underground series by Morbid Generation Records, and Rebirth the Metal in DE, Germany, I guess. These guys are awesome. This is Vagination's Bandung Whore album. This one is number 6. Yes, number 6. It's very cool, really good, really fast and brutal. It's got some guest vocals, apparently, by Syphilic and Gut Rot, which is Brian Forg. It's got Jason from Putrid J, and that's number 5. And then on track number 9, it's got James Schuster from Cadaver. So, yeah, lots of good shit on this one. You know, you now have a reason to pick this up for sure if you didn't have one already. Lots of good songs on here. Kind of a lot of broken English, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's, you know, from overseas. So, anyways, for example, Introiality of Sickness, Becomer. Fuckpig of Signal Putridity. Sickity of Dismember. Suffer of Vaginal Entity. Jakarta Whorehouse. Trap Labia Indoor. Ouch your vagina. Drag Whore Down Brutal Highway. I would like to visit this brutal highway someday. Befouled Cunt Prolapse of the Bandung Whore. And Ensickenment of the Bandung Whore. There's a lot of horror references in this, like at least 5. Okay, 4. No, 5. Wow. But yeah, really good, really fast. Definitely, it's unique. It has a kind of a unique sound. It's not your typical bread and butter kind of slam or brutal death metal. This is kind of cool. This is local from like Oshawa, local. These guys are Virulent Gestation. This is the Drenched in Sickness album. I believe I picked this up at Deja Vu Discs here in Oshawa. It says Sado Groove. So I guess they're slam and maybe a bit of porno grind. Gore grind maybe. Good stuff. Very interesting artwork for sure. This dude is just having a really bad day. I don't want to catch what he's got, that's for sure. And yeah, really good stuff. Apparently the Diddler is on guitars, drum machine, bass, and vocals, and the Big Bellied Butcher is lead vocals and samples, and someone known as the Whore Fister is samples and nonsense. I don't think you can get this anymore, so this is probably pretty rare. Lots of good tracks. And this one, this is kind of the opposite effect of one of those splits and EPs that suffer from the volume drop. This is actually about 10 or 15% louder than any release that I have on my shelf, so that's kind of an interesting turn of events for the mixing process. It's even got a cock and ball torture cover on here, big tit slappers, and it's got a regurgitate cover on here, effortless regurgitation, really, really cool. Yeah, so if you find this, definitely pick it up. It's not easy to come across. Here's the first Waking the Cadaver album. This one I ordered from, I think, one of their websites. The actual, like, Waking the Cadaver guys' websites. Back in the day, like, 2010? 2011? Probably 2010 is when I got this. It's really, really good. I love the vocals and style that they did in this album. This one's Perverse Recollections of a Necromancer, by the way. And really, really good. This is the one that has Blood Splattered Satisfaction on it. That song that a lot of people likes to cover. This is the inside of it. Check it out. Pretty cool. Moving right along to their second album, which is Beyond Cops and Beyond God. A little bit of an ego there, but hey, whatever. It's metal. This one I still have the top sticker thing on it still. Like I said, I'd like to keep them in pristine condition and as close to the original packaging as possible. Not because I plan on selling them anytime, but just because I'm a completist. It's kind of what I do. I like making sure I have everything with it and don't like to throw out stuff. It's the CD, inside the little cover there. back of it. Kingpins of Death. Slamming gore groove. It's pretty cool. A lot of good songs on here. Reign Supreme, Made in Hell, Boss Status, Terminate with Extreme Prejudice, Suffering Upon Revenge, Beyond God, Beyond Cops, Sadistic Tortures. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, really good songs. Definitely pick them up if you're into that kind of thing. And this one took me a while to get. Had to find someone who actually carried them in stock. I believe this is through CDN Records. And this is their Real Life Death. And anyone who's seen death in real life knows how brutal and disgusting that is. So, yeah. Pretty good album title. Really good songs on here as well. Lumped Up, Physical Contract, Molested to Death, Snapped in Half, Money, Power, Death, Insult to Injury, Life Lesson, Business as Usual. And, yep, glad I have their full collection. Can't wait to see what they do next. And then finally, my last Underground Series CD. This is the White Indian EP called Sexy Time. And as you can see from the front cover, they're having one hell of a sexy time butchering this poor young woman here. But yeah, kicked in the tummy, gang rape to death, anal laceration, orgy of incest, and their intro called Tijuana Whorehouse. Just screaming awesomeness right here. This one is the 8th in the series. And I'm going to have to hold the CD because the teeth in the tray are broken, but this is it. Like I said, silver CD with the logo and Morbid Records logo and whatnot there. There's the back with the dudes rocking out live. And that's pretty cool. I mean, there's this huge fad right now with internet bands and, you know, people not actually playing in real life. And, unfortunately, I don't have enough members in my projects to actually be able to play live, or at least not enough to make it worth it, really. I mean, it's me, or it's myself and one other person, so it's mostly just going to be an internet band for myself until some people actually want to step in and, you know, contribute to the music and band. But there is a lot of that going on, actually. There's a lot of internet bands that they don't actually tour or do shows or anything like that. So, you know, if you're wanting to do a band and you just don't have like a full setup, like full members or whatever, don't worry. People will still buy your stuff. People are still totally interested. Put your stuff on Bandcamp, sell the digital copy, or spend the extra, I don't know, $500 or $1,000 to get 500 or 250 copies of your physical CD made. Seems like a bit much, especially when you have to do it all by yourself, but people are still buying. People still buy physical CDs, hence this, you know, collection of CD series that I did on here. People say it's dying, but honestly, I think the only real thing that's dying CD-wise is mainstream, because no one who listens to mainstream music is probably going to want to spend the money to just listen to something they could just stream for free. And the bands that, you know, are mainstream make normally quite a bit, and it doesn't really matter if you stream it and whatever. I mean, that's why they sell $60 to $100 tickets at concerts for, I think. That's why the inflation, I believe it is. But the underground, I don't think it's really hurting the underground. People who give a shit about their, you know, death metal and black metal and all that stuff are still buying CDs, still supporting the artists, and that's good to see. You know, we could always see a lot more of that, and I hope that does, you know, change in the future where it's actually beneficial to make physical copies if you're in a band by yourself, like a solo project or anything like that, where you don't need 4 or 5 guys to help fund the, you know, the pressings of stuff like CDs or EPs or even vinyls. I mean, I don't really understand the point of vinyls. They kind of seem outdated to me, and you need to buy a stereo player to play them on, but that's, you know, that's my personal opinion. I'm just happy to see people are still buying physical copies of music. Anywho, I'm going to be doing probably a couple of reviews in the future. One of them is going to be cranial engorgement, so stick around for that sometime in the next week or so. And I'm also going to be doing some reviews of the CDs that I own, so definitely stick around for that as well. And before I go, one last thing. We're still working on getting those shirts made for Slam Bros. Hopefully they'll be done by this Friday when I go to pay the dude at Ugly Dog the other half of the payment. And I want to give a special thanks to my boy James Forshawn for stepping up to the plate and helping me out with that. Can't thank you enough, man. And welcome to Slam Bros, my friend. Not just as an admin, but as a financer and future business partner. Anyways, this is Jesse Morgan, and this is the last video of my Slam and Brutal Death Metal collection. Stay sick, and thanks for watching, friends.